Coming up in today's video, I do my annual spring clean, and I've got to say it's a satisfying one. Ooh. We have a new member of the team.
Whoa, Henry's rearing. He's rearing.
I do a Joey impression, Duke becomes horse of the week, and Casper meets a giant pea.
Hello everybody, I hope you're all doing well. If you couldn't already hear by all the birds tweeting in the background, it's spring and that means it's time for a spring clean. My annual spring clean is pretty well known on my channel. I know a lot of you look forward to it every year, but oh my goodness, I've got to say, Joey's stable is probably the worst out of all of them because I've had a horse on box rest. Like if I take you over here, oh my goodness. So there's like dust and dirt all the way along here. He also has his favourite licking spots because, don't know why, he just likes to lick on there. There's bits we need to repaint. Also behind here is probably the worst. I don't know if he's sneezed on it or what. I don't want to know. But I'm going to get the pressure washer out. I'm going to give everything a clean. I've also got some spare paint, so there are some bits I'm going to give some touches up to. Maybe put some hanging baskets up. And obviously there's lots of other places that need cleaning, reorganising. So it's a very satisfying video. So let me go and get the pressure washer.
Take me on a trip around the moon. You add shooting stars to all my blue. I'm falling in love with every move. You give me something to lose, baby. All I need is. Thought I'd be stuck in a static forever, telling myself it could be enough. I didn't know that I was looking for something to jump until I jumped into us. Now I'm wrapped up and you can't deny it. Hit me like a hurricane of lightning. Baby, if I'm dreaming, don't you wake me up. Need you in my life.
If I had to give a prize to my horses of who had the cleanest stable, it's gonna have to be Duke. There's pretty much like no dirt on here apart from where I kind of kick his thing to open it up. But I think it's probably because he's so small, and also he can only just about reach his head over the door, so it's not like he's licking it like Joey and the others do, or snotting over here very often. But anyway, it's just like a bit dusty really, so time to clean the dust off, and then might be time to get everything a little bit soapy because Joey's stable still needs a good old scrub. The pressure washer it made a mark, but it hasn't like completely cleaned it. So I've just had a little test spot on here of Joey's licking spot. I'm actually using some pink stuff and a Scrub Daddy, two very, I feel like, overly hyped products on the internet, but I tell you what, it has been working pretty well. So I've just kind of been doing that in a circular motion to try and get basically in the kind of grainy bits is where just all the kind of solidified food is, which is I'm struggling to get off a little bit, but this seems to be doing the trick. So I feel like on the really stubborn areas, especially on like Joey's stable door, like on the metal bit here where there's just grease and things where obviously his head's been resting against here, I'm just gonna have a go at trying to scrub the worst parts, and then maybe I'll use some sort of soapy water to go over the not so bad parts. Actually, look at that. That has made a huge difference. Oh my goodness.
My head feels like a fountain overflowing, going upside down. Giving me more heart, sky higher than mountains. Kind of could turn me inside out. Wanna be.
Now I've kind of scrubbed everywhere. I actually have this bucket of water with, I like to call it the big toothbrush. This is actually for washing cars with, but I find it's really easy just to kind of get everything covered in soap and bubbles and give it a little bit of a scrub. I know I've already scrubbed everything with my sponge, but now I've got like the worst bits off, the really sort of nitty gritty, stuck, ingrained into the stable door stuff. This kind of gives it a little bit of a rinse slash getting the kind of dustier stuff off. So we're gonna have to do it in different stages, but oh my goodness, Joey's stable looks so much better now. It's getting there, people, it's getting there. Once it's been painted as well, it's gonna be transformed.
I'm leaving traces of golden, yeah, when you're holding me. No, I probably sound like I'm losing my mind, but I swear every time you look in my eyes, my head feels like a fountain overflowing, going upside down. Giving me.
Stage one is now complete, so the stables are clean. think tomorrow when it's a little bit drier, because obviously I'm not gonna, you know, hand dry it with a towel, I'll let it air dry. We're gonna do some painting because there are a lot of areas like here that kind of need touching up. Also, thought I would talk about this baler twine that's here. I'm actually going to snip it off because we had to have it here because when Joey was on box rest and Mickey would be in the stable next door, he started playing this game where he would start nudging this, somehow would manage to get it off the catch, and the top door would shut Joey in, and we would just suddenly hear this like crying, this like kind of from Joey, and be like, what on earth is going on? And he'd start crying because he'd be shut in and wouldn't be able to see anyone, and just felt very sad because he was shut in all on his own. So that looks a little bit ugly, so I am just going to take that off, and hopefully, because they're not in as often, Mickey will have forgotten his little trick and his little game of shutting Joey in. If not, we will have to somehow think of a more pretty way of stopping that from happening. Before I finish up for the day, I thought, you know what, while the pressure washer is out, how about I do the wash bay? Now, it is looking absolutely filthy again. It gets filthy so quickly, but something I haven't done for a while is take down all of my lotions and potions, give everywhere. I don't know when I last washed the walls, to be honest, or given them a bit of a dust, because obviously it does get quite dusty in here, especially the horses are really muddy, and I've just been brushing them down. So anyway, first thing I'm going to do, take all my bottles off.
Ooh, tell me I'm the one you really like. You feel so good, I swear that I might die in the night.
Whenever I film my cleaning videos, everyone's always like, oh my goodness, I wish my yard could look that clean, like I wish I'm so embarrassed, like something's like I'm really dirty. This is filthy, this is disgusting. I have found a drink, I think this was a cup of tea, that has gone mouldy. I didn't even know tea could go mouldy. There's just a layer of mould film on top. I'll have to get a close up so you can see. But yeah, I don't know how long this has been here. I don't know what it is. I think it's tea, but that is grim. That's actually embarrassing. That's so gross. Please tell me I'm not the only person that's done something like this.
Next to you, I'm a fighter for your love, and I'm over the moon. The things I would do for you, I move with the way your body's making waves. Ooh, touch me and I think I wanna stay in your arms. Might let you break my heart, light me up, yeah, I'm so into you. The things I would do, got me up, I'm higher than the clouds. Drunk on ice, no, I'm not coming down.
Welcome back to day 2 of my spring clean. Just as I decided to film, it starts raining, but you know what, that's okay because we're washing the horse box today. Actually, it's the first time I'm washing it for the very first time because when we first got it, we had a hosepipe ban over here in the UK for about 6 months, so wasn't like legally allowed to wash it with the hosepipe. And then the second reason is because we're now kind of in what I call the mud season, so everywhere you go, you just get covered in mud. Now we're just starting to come out of it. I was going to say we're over, but as it starts raining, the fields and everywhere is going to get muddy again, but it needs to be cleaned for a photo shoot, and I thought, you know what, I'll add it to the spring clean video. I feel like this is also one of the most like satisfying jobs because I'm going to be using the pressure washer, but I also have like a foam gun, just covering it in foam, giving it a good scrub. It's a lot of fun, so I'm going to go and grab that now.
Take me home, take me on a ride. I got a good feeling about the colors lighting up your eyes. Take me home, take me to the sky. I got a good feeling. Tell me the only thing you are is mine now. Na, 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 na. I got a good feeling. Na, 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 na. I got a good feeling. Good feeling.
Tell me it's spring without telling me it's spring. Glorious sun and rain at the same time. Before it was sunny, then it was cloudy, then it was rainy, then it was sunny, and now it's both. Now it's just everything, to be honest. Now I've soaped down the horse box, given it a good scrub. I feel like this part might even be more satisfying than putting all the foam on, and that's washing it all off, and then you can see how clean it is underneath. Hopefully there aren't any spots that I missed, but normally there is like 1 or 2 spots where I'm like, you know what, that needs a bit more of a scrub.
You wanna know is how to hold on to it every moment. Dive into it like my love is an ocean. It's overflowing.
It looks beautiful on the outside now, but if we open up here, oh my goodness, it is a disgrace. I also obviously was in a rush last time I took Joey out. his poo is still in there, so I need to clean that. So if that wasn't embarrassing enough, I've just realised last time Joey was also out, he must have been very excited because it looks like he's had a bit of a squirty bum. So yeah, the inside is definitely in need of a deep clean. I also need to take all of his stuff out. So I've got travel boots here I need to take out. There's a load of haylage that probably needs sweeping out. But apart from that, also like the area where his just nose is, don't know if it's the haylage or him sneezing, but that bit, especially on the clean white walls, it's not looking so clean. It's not a good look. Also, just thought I'd put it out there, earlier I said I haven't cleaned the outside of the horse box before. Thought I'd let you know so you don't think I'm completely vile, that I have cleaned the inside of the horse box multiple times, definitely because Joey makes this sort of mess, just because I don't want people to think, you know, I'm that disgusting and I've just left it for like almost, I think it's almost a year now we've had the horse box, but yeah, no, I've certainly cleaned the inside multiple times.
Walking tightrope, say the lightning like how you move. I would swim across the ocean to hold on to you. I don't know where you've been, fell right out of my head. A dream, swear you're made for me, making my heart a mess. Kisses like electricity.
So I'm just scrubbing the worst bits and then we're almost done. It's looking so much better. I haven't used any soap, you know what I mean, car shampoo yet, because it's going to get really dirty in here straight away anyway when the horses come in here, and there isn't really many areas that aren't looking like really awful, like I'm doing this bit, but apart from that, just the water has done a really good job. And as I said before, I've done lots of like little bits of cleaning in here. Alright, it's looking a lot better in here now. I've just realised one of the reasons why it's probably not as dirty as I was expecting it to be is because obviously this winter Joey's been on box rest very sadly, so we haven't been out and about as much as I would have hoped to, but you know, this horse box really was kind of almost like a lifesaver because we had to get Joey in here after the vet kind of came out and making sure that he was safely transported to hospital. So having a horse box that he feels really safe in, a horse box that he's happy to travel in, especially, you know, back then I think he was just like, just do anything please, like do anything, I just need to be saved. But yeah, so thank you very much Akito Horse Boxes, because you literally have kind of like been part of saving Joey's life. So yeah, anyway, he's outside in the field, not looking too happy in the rain, so, but like, he is a horse, he likes being outside. he's just got his head down like this, like half asleep, just, yeah, vibing. Anyway, I'm gonna spray this down now. It looks a lot worse now I've given it a scrub, but this will wash off a lot easier now. Oh my goodness, the inside is looking a lot better now. I think I'm going to leave it for today because it started to properly pelt it down with rain. I am absolutely soaked, so probably need to have a shower and then dry off. I'm going to do the living tomorrow. Probably not going to need to pressure washer that because I haven't been making a mess in the living like Joey has back here. Like I haven't been in there having a poo, but it is still quite on the dirty side, and I've actually purchased a new Hoover, so I'm very excited to use that. I have a horsey Hoover now, guys. A horsey Hoover, a Hoover that I can use at the yard and don't have to worry about, you know, it getting absolutely trashed because it's got one purpose, horsey stuff. So yeah, Mum, be grateful. I'm not stealing your Hoover anymore to do horsey jobs.
It's now a new day, and if you couldn't tell by the thousands of layers I'm wearing, it is absolutely freezing, but today is painting day, especially now it's looking so nice and clean, the stables, after washing the other day. But there are like a few bits where, actually it's mainly around Joey's stable where he's kind of worn it off quite a bit. There's lots of bits where the paint's just not there anymore, but we actually did the stable renovation series over 2 years ago now, which is absolutely wild. I feel like time has flown by so quickly, and the paint has lasted really well. It's looking really good. There's just like the odd bits and bobs or odd areas that need a bit of a touch up. So I have my paint here, and I feel like this is going to be the thing that really transforms it, because it's just going to look a lot fresher, a lot newer, and I think it's going to look really good. Tell you what, 2-year-old paint needs a good old stir, and if you've been watching my cottage renovation series, you'll know that to never use a screwdriver for mixing your paint. It always kind of freaks me out a little bit because it looks like a totally different colour, but don't worry, it will dry to the same colour. If not, I'm going to just have some random splodges on the door, which I don't think will be a good look. This zone here probably has to be the worst part because there's a lot of traffic, you know, going in and out of the feed room, and also it's right next to Joey's stable, especially this block of wood here we had to put in because if not, his nose can reach all the way around and turn on and off the lights. And as you can see, there's a lot of dirt on it because for some reason Joey still likes to rub his nose against it. Maybe it's like a little scratching spot. I think that's what it is. He likes to scratch his nose on it. But anyway, you can see even after all the washing, the pressure washing, everything, it is still absolutely filthy. So I feel like painting that is going to make a huge difference. There we go. We're going to have to make sure that it's all dry before the horses come back in, because if not, Joey's going to have grey paint on his nose in the morning. I mean, he does have a grey nose, but it's not going to be a good look.
Give me vibrations. Been a long time without you. I've been through without you. Nah, nah. Give me vibrations. Heaven is all around you. Happy now that I found you. Nah, nah. Give me vibrations.
While the paint is drying on the stables, I thought I would do inside the human part of the horse box. And I've got to say, with the sun shining, it looks so sparkly, but something that doesn't look sparkling clean is the inside. That's why, actually, before I do the hoovering, I've got a sweeping brush because it is quite a state. Let's open it up. Now, if we look down at the floor, it is absolutely filthy. There's a lot of haylage in here because there was one day where Joey was in the horse box for a while, so I opened up the little kind of flap compartment so he could stick his head into here, and that resulted in him dropping a lot of his dinner all over the floor. So I'm going to sweep it before I hoover it. To be fair, apart from that, it's not messy in here. There's not loads of stuff in here that's just been hanging around. It's literally just a bit of Joey's dinner that needs sweeping out, so I'm going to do that now. So everybody, meet Henry. He is the new This Esme Hoover, or Yard Hoover. He's got quite a big day today as his first day, because not only am I going to be hoovering the horse box, but I thought I would hoover all of the dust and things in the horses' stables. So yeah, I'm very excited about him because I've always wanted a yard hoover, and here he is. So hopefully he does a good job today. Whoa, Henry's rearing. He's rearing. Henry has done a great job in the horse box. Didn't even say, we've got the like extra version, which apparently is good at, you know, doing pet hair and things. So I thought, you know what? He's going to have a tough life. I mean, there was one stage when I was hoovering, he started rearing. So yeah, anyway, he's got a real task now because we're going to do Mickey's stable. Mickey's stable is not looking good. He's got all of his dry skin, dander, dust, cobwebs. I'm sorry mate, you have got a hard life. You've got a hard life. Don't know what it is about Mickey's stable, but it's even worse than I remembered. It's one of those things where it just builds up over time and you don't even realise, and then when you actually look closely, you're like, oh my goodness, that is filthy. So yeah, Henry has a very hard day at work for his first day. I hope he's hungry because there is a lot of cobwebs. A lot of cobwebs. I swear it wasn't even that long ago that I last well, I've never hoovered in here. I feel like hoovering a stable is quite an extreme thing to do. I've had like my dustpan and brush and like a sweeping brush, but I feel like hopefully it'll be all good. Hopefully we don't kill Henry. That would be really bad because he is brand new. So yeah, he's got a hard life ahead of him. Let's go, boy. Oh. God, this boy is keen. Like, it's working a lot better than I thought. Like, he has a big appetite. He is hungry today.
Wild cherry, I'm barely hanging on hands like a strawberry rush. Yeah, I can see straight kind of love that's good, scary, heart heavy, firework like a strawberry rush.
Mickey's stable looks so different now, and that literally only took me like 5 minutes. I've got to say, Henry has still got a smile on his face after doing all of that. Also,
did buy Henry myself. This isn't sponsored. I know I keep going on about him, but honestly, I feel like this is probably, having like a yard vacuum cleaner has probably been one of the best like horsey investments ever, because normally, I feel like last time I did this and I filmed it for you all, I had like goggles on, I had a mask on, I had a hat on, and all this dust kept coming down and going on my eyes. But because it's a Hoover, just, you know, sucks up all the dust, and I haven't had to worry at all about it going on my face or in my eyes like normal. Normally there's loads of dust everywhere and I'm proper like coughing and wheezing, but no, this is great. This has been brilliant. I'm very happy, but I've only done one stable and I've got 3 more to go, so.
Yeah, I can't see straight and I love it. I don't wanna know about a universe where you do not exist.
Good morning everybody, it's now day 4 of the spring clean. It's been a big old process to do this, but today's the big day because I actually have a photo shoot for my annual that hopefully will be coming out pretty soon. So we're doing all that today, so that means that not only have I, you know, spring cleaned the whole yard, but I'm going to have to clean the horses now. So yeah, I have 4 impractically coloured horses that I need to bath, so I'm going to go and grab them now and get them clean. Horse number 1.
On a trip around the moon, you add shooting stars to all my blue. I'm falling in love with every move. You give me something to lose, baby. All I need is. Thought I'd be stuck in a static forever, telling myself it could be enough. I didn't know that I was looking for something to jump until I jumped into us. Now I'm wrapped up and you can't deny it. Hit me like a hurricane of lightning. Baby, if I'm dreaming, don't you wake me up, up, up. Need you in my lungs.
The last job before I make myself a little bit more presentable than I'm looking now is to hang up the hanging baskets. Now my grandma very, very kindly has put these together. I really want to get into gardening this year with the cottage and things, but I just haven't had time yet. So she's very kindly, oh my goodness, the colours as well. I think they're the same colours that I chose before, but I just think the pink and the white look so nice. Especially with the pink, I think it just adds a little pop of colour. But anyway, I'm going to hang these up, and I feel like this is the thing that makes me feel like, okay, we're in spring, we're in summer, is when the hanging baskets are up on the stables. It just looks so pretty.
Once I was made up and was looking a little bit more presentable, John the photographer came over to take some photos, as well as we had the horse and rider and pony mag team with us too. We started off doing all the photos without a helmet, so all the ones sort of inside, just because you gotta think about helmet hair when it comes to horsey photo shoots. Anyway, we did some in the house with some DIYs, and then in the studio showing me sort of editing, filming my podcast. After that, we then headed into the horse box, which I was very glad that I did wash it, give it a good old scrub beforehand, because yeah, we took a lot of photos in there. My favourite was when I just got to lie in the bed and do nothing. That was quite good fun. Had a little bit of a nap, not really. Then it was time to head up to the stables, did some photos with Mickey and the rest of the horses. Then we just did some sort of general yard shots of me doing bits and bobs, so me doing some sweeping. Obviously Mickey had to inspect, that was doing a good job. Then it was Duke's time to shine, and I've got to say we were blown away, not only by the wind, because he looks like an absolute model here, but also with how well behaved he was. He was proper posing for the camera and did such a good job, so I think we definitely do have a awesome front cover photo with Duke. We then did some in-hand handling shots where he just ended up licking a stool for some reason. Casper decided to give him the evils as I put Duke back into his stable. We did some more sort of around the yard, and of course Joey had to have lots of attention. Duke was then up again for a horsey obstacle course, and for some reason this ball he just wanted to chew. He really wanted to bite into it, so he gave it a little bit of something or other. Then we did some games on Casper, and he had good fun and was such a well-behaved boy with the drone as well. He also had to check out the giant pea. And then lastly, I did some riding shots on Joey. So thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you all really enjoyed it. If you're new or have not done so already, please like and subscribe. It really does help me out and I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you all next time. Bye!